So, video games have come a long way, haven't they? Everyone is on the video game train now, aren't they? All the old people who said, "Oh, video games are a fad. They're for the kids. They're for kids now. Yeah, why can't all the kids grow up and just get a job and stop playing them video games? Go outside and play something." Those fucking boomers that said all that shit. Except my dad, he was never like that. He's like the only sane sort of boomer around. But anyway, I wouldn't call him sane. I just kind of call him awesome. But anyway, I'm playing Banjo Kazooie on the N64. I'm playing as I'm talking, by the way. This isn't like recorded over the gameplay. I decided to talk about this topic while playing my favorite game of all time, because this video is about my favorite game of all time, Banjo Kazooie, on the Nintendo 64. Look at his jig. Look at his jig. Yeah, he's doing a jig. I love this man. Bear thing. He's not a man. He's a bear. But anyway, why do I love Banjo so much? And Kazooie, of course. Kazooie is the bird who takes the jiggy into the backpack. We cannot have Banjo Kazooie without Kazooie. But why do I love these games so much? Why do I love these characters so much? Is it the humor? Is it the music? Is it the animations? Is it his sound effects, his voice, Banjo's voice? Listen to him. Whee! He's so cool. Is it everything? Is it just nostalgia? It is everything. It's honestly everything about Banjo Kazooie I love. Some people have music, some people like to paint, some people like to listen to music, and some people like to play music, some people go to the park and stare at trees. Other people just like to sit and stare at the floor and cry. I like all those things, but I have Banjo Kazooie, and that's extra special to me. What am I doing? Digging bottles. Why is it special to me? Because it was the year 1999. That was 20 years ago. Holy shit, 20 years ago. I was playing this exact game. Not this exact copy. I had to re-buy the copy of Banjo Kazooie in my adult life. But it is the same game. And why? Oh, wow. When was the first time I played Banjo Kazooie? The first time I played it ever was in Big W, when it was the demo version, and they had the N64 set up, and they got that little CRT TV going, and Banjo Kazooie was on it, and I was on Spiral Mountain, killing the fuck out of vegetables, and I was like, why am I killing the fuck out of vegetables while being a bear and a bird? What the fuck is happening? This is absurd. Haha, rhyming. Which is appropriate for Banjo Kazooie too. But anyway, I had no idea about this game. I had no idea what was happening. I had no idea about any of it. And I wasn't really sold on it. I'll be honest. When I first played it on that demo, I wasn't sold. It was good, but I wasn't like, oh my god, I need this in my life. I wasn't a huge gamer per se when I was like, what would I have been, like 12 or 13? I mainly watched my brother play a lot of games. I mean, I was into Perfect Dark and GoldenEye on the N64, and I liked most of the N64 games, but I never really played a lot. My brother played way more than me. I only really seriously got into gaming with probably the GameCube onwards, and I was always a Nintendo fan. Since back then, you can only own well, we could only really afford, my dad could really afford, barely could afford just one console. And so we always chose the Nintendo consoles. And Banjo Kazooie was a part of that, because my brother enjoyed the demo and he decided to buy Banjo Kazooie. After we also borrowed it from a friend. We borrowed it from a friend. And that friend is actually now a dickhead. Well, he turned into a bit of a dickhead at the end of high school. A bit of a bully. And he ended up throwing my backpack on a roof and shit. Oh, God. When people turn into fucking assholes, I swear to God. I'm losing my voice. Anyway, Banjo Kazooie. He let me borrow Banjo Kazooie. This was back when he was nice. And I'm glad he did. This is probably the best thing he's done for me. Because my brother enjoyed it. My brother played it. My brother bought it for ourselves. And I played it. Finally, I gave it a decent crack. And, man, I fell in love, man. I fell fucking in love. I got to actually hear the music. Because in Big W, I didn't get to really hear the music. Because it was down low, being the demo version. Got to hear this fantastic music by Grant Kirkhope, who, I'm a big fan of songwriting, and if I had the equipment, I would totally learn how to compose digital music and stuff. And he'd be one of my top influences, because man, this music is legendary to me, absolutely legendary. Everything everything Greg Kirkhope touches just turns to gold with music. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle on the Switch, absolutely amazing. Ukulele's music, absolutely fantastic. Banjo Tooie, awesome. Perfect Dark, perfect music. And GoldenEye 64, of course. Just everything he touches just seems to be good. And Banjo Kazooie is no exception. This music is so special to me. When I hear it, I feel at peace. I feel at home. It's like when I listen to Bob Dylan. I feel comfortable. I don't know why. Why does that happen? Why do we have certain music that makes us feel kind of at home, no matter where we are? We got that thing, got that music, that movie maybe, that painting, that smell, maybe it's a smell that makes you feel nostalgic and comfortable and just nice. Oops, shit, what am I doing? Oh, it's this music for me. This music is those things. It makes me feel comfortable. It makes me feel like I'm at home. It doesn't even make me feel like I'm 12 again or whatever. Even though it is nostalgic. The game is nostalgic for me, but I'm not blinded by rose-tinted glasses. Is that what they're called? I'm not just blinded by nostalgia. I can admit, for example, Super Mario 64 is dated as fuck. But Banjo Kazooie, to me, is still just as enjoyable today as it was back in 1999. Hang on. Okay, cool. I just had to check something. Anyway, yeah, it's just as enjoyable. And I go back to it. I go back to it, honestly, a couple of times a year. It has to be a couple of times to a few times a year I go back to it. I may not finish it 3 times a year, but I have to be playing it. Because, like, it's just peaceful for me. It's like listening to a Bob Dylan album I listen to often. You know, this is the same thing. Older generations might not understand that it's the same feeling that I have for video games. And a lot of people my age do have that same feeling for video games. We're emotionally attached to these things. And the characters are just so fucking awesome. And So that's why a lot of people lost their freaking minds over Banjo Kazooie coming into Smash and being revealed at this year's E3 a couple of weeks ago. I remember it was 5 a.m. and my wife and I, no, it was like 4 a.m. and my wife and I had to wake up early. It wasn't live because the live event was happening at 2 a.m. and I had to work, so. But we watched it a few hours later, a couple hours later maybe. And man, when that Jiggy went across and then we saw the silhouette of Banjo Kazooie, I fucking lost my mind, guys. I lost my mind. I didn't know what to do with my body. My body was not ready. And I watched a few videos, half an hour each, of all these streamers reacting to the Banjo Kazooie and Smash reveal and absolutely losing it. And the sheer joy, the genuine joy in their just screams of just joy. And some had tears in their eyes. They were crying, tears of happiness. You know, I sorta might have poked fun at the Star Wars nerd for kind of crying over whatever it was. Personally, because I couldn't give a fuck about Star Wars. But I get that a lot of people wouldn't give a fuck about Banjo Kazooie. And probably ask, why the fuck are grown adults crying? But, you know, I understood why he cried over Star Wars. You know, these are the things that make people happy. And I know that now. I get that. I get that. It took me to feel emotional when Banjo and Kazooie were revealed this E3 to realize that, what the fuck, why can't I, oh yeah, I need to be an ant. Yeah. To realize that growing up is optional. Growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. Look, you can be 60 or 70 or 80. If you're still alive, you have every right to feel joy and excitement. And it doesn't matter what gives you that. As long as it's not illegal. You can be happy that a bear and a bird from your childhood have come back in modern day graphics. And just this, yeah, it's just a sign for me that that life is meant to be lived. If I'd regret it too much if I lived my life and I was on my deathbed and I didn't laugh. Or I felt too oh fuck, I fucked it up. I'm all good. Or I didn't laugh enough, or I didn't get excited enough, I didn't feel joy enough over things because I was too self-conscious, because I was too afraid of what people might think. You know, I was told by someone recently, who I don't take very seriously anyway, because he's a bit of a dickweed, to act my age. But yeah, so this guy sort of act your age. And I was just thinking, well, I couldn't give a fuck. I ignored him. But and I kept going anyway because it pisses him off. So never tell me to stop doing something because I'll keep doing it. But anyway, it just insecure people who are self-conscious about just what people think have to take it out on people who don't give a fuck what people think, and just it's funny to me. It amuses me now. It doesn't get me down or anything. It really does amuse me. And so, guys, act stupid, please. Act goofy. If you want to act goofy, if you feeling happy and you feel like dancing, just dance, man. Life's too short. Life's too fucking short. If you feel like jumping for joy and excitement and like throwing your chair on the ground in excitement over Banjo Kazooie reveal or whatever reveal, if something's bringing you so much joy that you're crying, don't feel bad about crying. Don't feel bad about feeling happy. Why the hell are we humans so self-conscious over feeling happy? No, you can't look at me while I'm happy. No, don't look at me, I'm crying over something I shouldn't cry over. Like, what the fuck? There's no rule book. This is all absurd anyway. It's all a fucking joke. Life is a joke. The world is a joke. Politics are jokes. You know, or I should say politics is a joke. And we as a species is the biggest joke of all. So why not laugh at something that makes you happy? Look, I'm a fucking ant with shorts and a backpack. I'm loving it. So I just wanted to say that, like, Banjo Kazooie's reveal brought people so much joy. So much joy. Including me. And seeing all those reactions to the announcement, it made me feel good about the world. It made me feel good about my species. As cynical as I can be and sardonic, I do get emotional when I see happiness and excitement. And yeah, guys, don't be afraid to live life. All right. Don't be afraid to express your emotions and be yourselves. And fuck everyone who tells you different. All right, enjoy Banjo and Smash. I'm an ant. Look at me. I'm an ant. So, actually, we need to go in here so I get the puzzle piece. Yeah. So, yes, I know, bottles. Shut up. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And if you haven't tried Banjo Kazooie, guys, try it. Try it. It's a good game. It's my favorite game in the whole wide world. It makes me happy. And guys, do what makes you happy. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.